As announced earlier, if symptoms persist, you may just be on your own. Health services in public hospitals may continue being paralyzed and the situation becoming more dire if the disagreement between the healthcare workers and the national and county governments persist. The medics have said they will not bow to intimidation such as threats of being fired and replaced, more so as the government increasingly insinuates that the union leaders are playing politics with people's lives in a pandemic. Ruto has that report.
The push and pull tied at the hip with demands and threats in the health sector continues. While the government has issued threats to striking medics, the health workers are still standing their ground, still on strike unapologetically. The unions claim that the Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has not been pulling his weight.
Yesterday, we were supposed to have had a meeting. We were waiting the whole day, and the next thing, we are seeing a press conference. So addressing the nation, not addressing the demands that we've put forth. And we are available. And just to say that even today, even now, if you call us, we will come.
The battle has moved to credibility, with the government, both the executive and the legislative arm, appearing to discredit the integrity of union leaders.
And we'd like to tell the majority leader, you cannot go to parliament and insinuate that we are playing politics. Doctors have died. Doctors have died in this country, and for every doctor you lose, 10,000 Kenyans are denied services.
The health workers accuse the government of failing to release 6 billion shilling worth of PPEs that remain stored at KEMSA. However, the state says that there are supplies at hospitals.
You told us that you already released PPEs. We are here to ask, where are those PPEs?
The ministry should come and tell us why the PPEs are still in KEMSA. Is it that they are now substandard? Because you have to be told the truth. Why is it that even after cabinet had approved release of those PPEs, they are still in KEMSA? So who's fooling who here? While
appreciating the insurance covers issued to doctors serving under the national government, the union is still asking for the same to be extended to other doctors.
What happens to doctors in the county governments? What happens to doctors in the parastatals, and what happens to doctors in the universities? And we've seen that the doctors who have died in this country have come from the university. They died from the universities, they died from parastatals, and they even died from the counties.
The standoff is already seeing wananchi bearing the brunt.
The shouting match between the Ministry of Health, county governments, and the leadership of our health workers is not only unhealthy, but it is dangerous for our nation, especially when we are in the middle of a pandemic that is ravaging our country as it ravages the world. There is need, urgent need, for the hardline positions taken by all the parties to be toned down, and we must find the platform to negotiate and to agree so that we can ensure that Kenyans are not endangered.
Meanwhile, KMPDU maintains it will not bow to any intimidation and harassment from the government.
Suluhisho liko katika kutatua masala haya ambayo tumeweka kwenye meza, tukae tuyatatue. Lakini kutupiga, kutufuta kazi haitasaidia mtu, kwa sababu wale mnasema mtawaajiri watakwenda wakapate shida hizi na watachoka na wataacha kufanya kazi.
The medics have a standing conclusion.
So the private sector alliance of this country, that Ministry of Health is the problem, the Council of Governors are the problem. They're the ones who are lying to Kenyans and lying in those high circles.
Ruth Sarmoi, NTV.